Hello guys, and we are back, and this is probably going to be the last video, and we're going to talk about how to deploy well, not the last video, actually I lied. There's going to be a couple more because we're gonna try to, after it's live, after it's in the internet, we're gonna do some SEO stuff to it as well, because we want the site to be, pretty strong out there in the internet. But for right now, this one is pretty much one of the very last videos, because this is going to be basically the deployment of the site. Okay, setting it up for production. So I want you guys to go to netlify.com. Netlify is a web server that is pretty much is free for you guys to use, and with its limitations, there are some bigger stuff that you can do in Netlify, but and it will charge you money. But for this one, I mean, you can use it very, for free, and it has a bunch of great stuff that you can use. You can even actually see, as you can see, there's a starter team plan that it's free of charge, 327 megabytes, 100 gigabytes of bandwidth. So it's great for like small builds and things like that. You're not going to be able to run an entire full e-commerce or social network from here or anything like that. You get an amount of builds minutes, so that's also fine. So yeah, but however, if you do want to have bigger, more stuff here, you can add a credit card, and then it will charge you very, very, very small amounts, really, and only based on use, on however people are using your site, if they're like visiting it a lot or whatever. So I think it's pretty cheap compared to what other ones out there. If you want an actual server now, because this is a Gatsby build, this is going to be primarily for this single page application framework websites, because it has a built-in tooling in it that will build your and will run builds for your site and things like that. So it will make things, it will be able to read your Gatsby and build it and do all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So this is why it's this is why I use it for this stuff. Like, if you try to put your React site in like GoDaddy or something like that, you're gonna have a hard time over there, because they don't do this. They don't build your site for you. Okay, so go to netlify.com, open an account, and when you open your account, you should be somewhere in a screen like this where you don't have anything on it. It's gonna be empty. Okay, now I'm gonna talk a little bit about what my particular project here and how it's set up, so that way we can do a review over it. And so so as you can see, I'm actually using a real domain on here. This domain lives, you can create your own domain here somewhere. We'll get to it eventually. I think it's over here. You can create your own domain in here, or if you already have a domain somewhere, you can have your DNS or just address, your server name address, sent to the Netlify server domain, server names, and then and then it will use it. It will host it from there. Okay. So, and the good thing about also Netlify is that it uses Let's Encrypt. So it will actually make it an encrypted HTTPS domain for you as well. So that's actually pretty awesome. Another thing that we are going to make sure that we hit on once you start making your own build and deploy here, is we want to make sure that we add this information here, these build command and the published directory, so that we can tell Netlify what it is that they need to do in order to build your site. Okay, because it's not just going to know. You have to basically tell it. It's like, hey, I have this site and I need you to build it, and this is how you build it. All right, so what else do we need to talk about here? All right, let me go ahead and save that on the side here. That way I can show you guys later. have it on the side on my other screen here, because I'm gonna need to revisit this back to you guys. All right, so that's basically what you need to know for build and deploy. For domain settings, so like I said, you can change your domains by click on the Netlify DNS, and it'll tell you which DNS addresses you need to use. Then go to what your real domain is, right? For me was DreamHost. Go to your DreamHost and find, I mean, not DreamHost, but whatever your domain is, you register and find out where to change the name servers, and then make sure you change the name servers to the name servers that you have from Netlify, and that'll work. The HTTPS, like I said, is automatically done by Netlify, using Let's Encrypt, so that's awesome. Every 3 months you have to renew it, but it auto renews, so it's like you don't even have to do anything at all. So I love it. These guys are really good. Analytics, there isn't much here that I use. Oh well, no wonder. You could, for $9 a month, you can have some analytics in your page, so it'll basically tell you how many people are visiting your site and things like that. So we're not using any functions on this. Okay, so identity, we're not using that. We're not using forms yet on this one, but they do have a kind of like get forms that we did in the last video. They have something like that, and I have to explore it. I heard it's pretty good. Large media. So if for some reason people are using your site to either upload or run some pretty large media, there's some services here that they can help you with. And then our access control is if you need to open up a token for like authorizations, like if you're gonna have a login session on your site or register or something like that, you can run some providers in here for that kind of stuff. So that's basically the rundown on how to build how to build this stuff. Okay, and that's basically all I wanted to talk about right now. It's just basically give you a little rundown of your Netlify, and then in the next video we're actually going to start creating one. Okay, I want to keep this one short for all our sake. All right, see you in the next one.